Now, before we start this video, I'd just like to say this video is sponsored by OneFootball, the app that lets you keep up to date with all the news, stats, facts, everything good you need to know about football. Like today, obviously, it gave me all the Chelsea scores as I was coming through, although I was at Stamford Bridge, lineups, all news stories and all that good stuff. So download the link in the description down below. Mickey Hawkins outside Stamford Bridge, West Ham Fan TV. Marshy, I was just down at Dom there, bit harsh tonight, I thought, scoreline.
Yeah, I think so. I think after the first half performance we were a bit lacklustre when we didn't get started. I think second half, the introduction of Snodgrass particularly, I think got us going. I think he got the best out of the likes of Anderson. It was shit in the first half.
Full of beans in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think the motivation was a bit more there, but I think, like I say, I think Snodgrass himself lifted that. I think he's got to start going into Saturday. I think, not too dissimilar to Dom when you say like second half, you get a 15-20 minute period, don't you, when you're on top a little bit at 1-0. You got to create the opportunity, which we did, which weren't too dissimilar to last season, was it? Yeah. Cut back from Arnautovic. All right, we had Lanzini there at the time, but you might have wanted someone who could just, stick it away, hard and low, top corner, across the keeper. But that didn't happen, so was that our only shot probably as well? We didn't really create a lot, did we, going forward? But I think, like Dom said, when you play Chelsea, I think you have got to come back and sit back a little bit. But, with Hazard as well, world-class player like that coming at you, you got to try and deal with him in the best way that you can. And yeah. I don't, with all respect, I don't think we could get anywhere near him, could we really? I think the times that Fredericks did get...
Look, I said to him, we sort of matched them all over the pitch, really. Like, defensively, we was good when they was coming forward. Yeah. They was the same. He was the only difference tonight. I thought, just every time he got the ball, he's just a magician, isn't he? He's a magic player.
Listen, he's world class, and the first goal goes without saying, doesn't it? I think it's a bit of it's total magic and world class ability, and that's what you get with a player like Hazard. But I think as well, I don't think we were that great in sort of trying to stop him. I think the ball was rolling maybe marginally a bit away from him, and the fact that he dragged it back, obviously Ogbonna couldn't stick his foot in, Balbuena was nowhere near, and then Noble, the first man, was. I think Noble let him go. To be honest with you, I think he could have maybe done a little bit more in a to cancel it out, but. Yeah. Like you say, Hazard is who he is. You got Hudson-Odoi as well coming in through. I feel a bit sorry for Rice. I think Loftus-Cheek blew him out of the game. I think he's a bit of a bigger boy, isn't he? And I think he sort of he mustered him off the ball a little bit, didn't he? I think he did all right. I think Lanzini was a bit quiet. I think, like I say, Snodgrass lifted the team. Arnautovic probably needs to go, as we found out and we know anyway. But much the same. I think the flip-flops are on. I think we just need to do the rest of the season now. I think it's getting tough for a lot of people, isn't it? I think we're all saying, why do we do it Monday night? Should we stay behind? But you're going to do it. You're going to be there at Old Trafford. Yeah. What else are you going to do at the end of the day? I mean, it's
just a quick one about Arnautovic. He went back up top at the end of the game. He looked, in the second half, he looked a lot back to his normal self.
I think he did, yeah. I think, to be fair, I think the balls that he did win, I think coming up top to him, we just didn't get close enough, obviously, and anticipating the fact that he might have knocked it down or whatever. I think a couple of times.
I think you give that Rudiger a bit of a tough ride.
Yeah, he did do. I think Rudiger's a great player though as well. I think he matched him pound for pound, especially for the pace. Yeah. And I think Arnautovic gives you that. But I think Chelsea pound for pound are a lot fitter. Obviously. Yeah, there he is. You get a bit done there. I think you don't want to.
Fucking cunt brought me out of the way.
Go on.
Yeah, that's well, again, that's what you get of Arnautovic. You've got no time for people like that, Nick. You know what I mean? I think you play for this club, you play for the shirt, play for the badge. We all know what it means. We've turned out again like we do every week. Support can't be questioned, but I think some of the ability of the players can be. I think it's clear to see that we've got a lot of expenditure to do. We've got to offload a lot of the dead wood, a lot of the passengers, because at the end of the day, you ain't going to go nowhere with the passengers that we got. So. We've got to try and, I think we've got to try and get to the summer, try and build. I think it's important to try and attract the players over to, that east side of London, Stratford if you can, and if that means paying a bit more money, then that's what you got to do. I think going forward, we need someone who you can rely on to get that 15-20 goal man. I heard a few people say about that Mitrovic, he might be an old up man and you can get the players in behind him in the summer. Score double-figure goals for Fulham, we're relegated, isn't it? So, he's had a good tally for them who are, not in this league anymore. So, I think, like I say, credit to Chelsea where it's due. I think, like I say, we matched them pound for pound where we could, but at least we don't get annihilated. I think it's a good thing that we don't come here anymore like years that we have, and we've been sort of pushed aside pretty easy. Yeah. So we put up a pretty good fight, but I think obviously, I think maybe sometimes a bit too much to ask coming to a place like this. They're in the top four now, so I mean, no doubt they'll probably try and cement that. They've got Europa League, and they to think about as well. So like I say, I think without Hazard they might struggle a little bit. But then if he does go to Madrid, like we was all singing, he's off to Madrid and the like.
In trouble.
they're in trouble. But interesting to see who they replace him, because I don't think they'll get someone marginally as good as Hazard. But yeah, no.
They can't sign anyone, mate. They've got a transfer ban.
Well, yeah, they're probably doing a bit much to activity, you know. So I mean, no, listen, fair play to Chelsea. Shouldn't really be saying that, because we are who we are. But you know, credit where it's due. You've got to stand up and be counted, and there ain't been enough in the West Ham shirt that's done that tonight. So we've got to push on from here. Don't get any easier, does it? Old Trafford Saturday, you know, tough away games as well. Tottenham, Watford. Watford we don't generally do well, do we? So yeah, listen, let's try and kick on. Try and put a bit more of the percentage in. Try and put a bit more of the commitment and work rate in, and let's see if we can pick up at least a couple more results, and you know, go into the summer and try and offload the dead and get a bit in.
Okay, mate. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.